Oh snap! I'm over here going like, where my goddamn phone at? The hell? That was green as heck.
What? Lady, what is you talking about?
Yeah,
Lady,
I forgot to go to my own live. Shoot, my dang tail.
she funny. Talking about she's so funny. Boosie be doing so well
They
with
listening to me.
spicy. He talking about his own. Oh, what about them? What that is? Kangaroo open? No. They not open yet. Oh
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
they
ain't nobody here
open.
yet. Praise God.
Oh yeah. Okay, show us.
Ooh, good. I mean, well, they'll hear what I said later on. If they go back, we back. Hey, let me
What's up,
tell you
JD
something
three six
about.
five? Okay, I'm gonna be right back, Tino. Be right back.
Okay, yeah, handle you. Um, Danielle, you. First of all, let me tell you something. These technical difficulties are not gonna stop me. I'm telling you, I'm not going. I've been back here fumbling, fighting, scratching, clawing, trying to get this here together. It is absolutely ridiculous. The things that you have to go through with the technology. But guess what? I'm learning. I done learned something today. Do you hear me? I'm so glad right now I don't even know what to do with myself. Can click my heels like Dorothy at the Wizard of Oz. Jesus, the things, and this is what you was going through earlier. The phone didn't, the whatever you was device you was using just went out all of a sudden. You in the middle of teaching a good point. I didn't ask the question. I didn't heard half the answer. You had to go back and figure out what you was saying at first so you could finish what you was saying. Whew, yes, I'm getting the hang of it. I'm out here feeling like I'm trying to surf, surf. Yeah, yeah, surf. I think so. Close enough. I can't swim. You'd have thought that living by the water somewhere, I would be somewhere swimming. I can't swim. I wear the stereotype well. I know it be trying. I know, right? Ooh, welcome back. I know I do have a tendency to be real, extremely thrown completely off, especially after having uh to wrestle with something for so many minutes. And Poe Anthony's, and she'll be back in just a second. Poe Anthony's was beginning to get discouraged. I was like, no, no, we're gonna get there. We're gonna work this thing out. And lo and behold, I know the Lord stepped in. We had already done prayed. Let me tell you something, Danielle. You have taught me the art, well, rekindled the art, because I can't say I ain't never knew how to pray. But you have rekindled a fire. Ugh. Considering prayer. And I'm so appreciative of it. And I ain't trying to gas you because I know it no, I'm not gonna use that other word because that is so disrespectful. But yeah, it's one of those things of when you're really appreciative of what somebody is doing, you cannot help but make mention of it. And so yes, that whole prayer changes things, and then prayer changes you. And so, if it's one thing that I can say is, I know, can tell, can discern, can feel, perceive, and see change coming about. And I know since we've been praying, I've seen some things happen. And so, you never know how much of an impact that you'll actually be in another person's life, just being obedient to God and just doing what He's called you to do, even when you're tired, even though that bed feel wonderful, especially in the wee hours of the morning. But it's effective. The effectual fervent prayer, I'm always quoting the King James. The effectual fervent prayer of the righteous availeth much. And so I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm thankful. I'm so thankful. This community is awesome. I love y'all. Y'all something else. Y'all something else. I must say. Keep me on my toes, but y'all something else. Yes, you are telling the truth. Amen. Come on here. Don't make me cry, Tina. Oh God, no, don't cry. Cause I ain't got no napkins. Um, all I can tell you is I'm just when I tell you that that whole thing of asking God to visit the dry places of your soul so that water, fresh water, can spring forth. It's something else when you receive that refreshing. Yeah. And I ain't finna start crying either. And y'all got me messed up. I, Let me tell you something. I ain't a gangster no more. But I ain't no sucker either. I ain't soft as wet bread. No, I ain't going out like that. Jared, Jared talks has entered into the building. So glad that you came back with us. Um, which is amazing. We're actually closer to no, we ain't. We a whole hour off. Well, whatever hour it is. Tomorrow Saturday. If you got a job, all I can tell you is you probably should go to bed. On the other hand, what I could tell you is if you up with us, ride with us for a minute. Me two times you have entered back into the bit. I'm so glad that you all came back. We got rid of the technical difficulties. We just waiting on Too Real to come back. She had to take her commercial break and she will be back momentarily. And so we just glad that you all decided, made it up in your minds that you would be willing to come back in, even if it's for a short period of time, even if you out with us with as long as we gonna be on here, because we have no idea. When I tell you that we're intentionally random and we're random intentionally, we mean
I'm back,
just that.
y'all. Sorry. I'm
Look at
back,
that! Look at that! Look at that! Look
PTR.
at that! Look at that!
You could go
And
ahead and finish what you was saying, though. Go ahead, sugar.
we hear each other. Do you hear that? Do you hear that we are now with one accord? Do you hear that? I'm so glad, so glad. But back to what I was saying, we are intentionally random and we're random intentionally. We're random intentionally because you never know when something is going to spark up a conversation. What was wrong? We couldn't hear one another. I had to listen from YouTube while I was talking from StreamYard. I couldn't hear her, and then me listening from YouTube made an echo, so it kept saying the same thing over and over and over again. Because every time it echoed again because it picked it up again. It was terrible. It was nothing that you wanted to see, but we got ourselves together this time, finally. But back to what I was saying. You never know in the intentionality about being random was what I'm talking about. You never know what's going to spark a conversation. You never know what may be intriguing to you that you just want to get off your chest. And for that very reason, that's why today's segment of the intentionally random show, where we're randomly, randomly intentional. Y'all gonna help me today. I probably need to give me some water.
Get you
Today
some
we're
water,
trying to
Queen.
get some. You said what?
Get you some water if you need to.
Oh, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it as soon as you start talking. But let me finish my sentence. This is what I'm trying to say. Today we gonna get some things off of our chest. Now, what it is, I don't know, because I just did a whole rant right there for a good about 5 minutes or so since you all have come in. And so I'm just going to close my mouth. Thank you, Janet, for coming and stopping by and coming to see about us. I don't know if you were in here earlier, but we so glad that you were able to make it in. But go ahead, Antonise. What's on your chest tonight?
Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Um, I just want to talk. I want to talk. I want to see if we can have a conversation. We don't have to have the same opinion. I just want to talk. All this week on Twitter, I have seen a lot of things that have just, it's very distasteful. I see a lot of stuff going on, y'all, and I noticed that when people speak out, that look like me, when we speak out, we are labeled or name called or thought to be a certain way. Then when somebody else speak out about certain things, they are thought. So when I say something, I'm a coon. I'm a coon. I want to be white. I want to do all of this stuff, right? This is what people say when I speak out about stuff that I see with my eyes. This is not nothing that I'm making up. This is stuff that I'm seeing. Like, we're supposed to be better than what they make us out to be, right? And so, okay, boom. I can't say that. When I say something, I'm hating on black people. So then somebody who not black say something and now they're racist. I want to know, when can we, like, as a people, like as a whole, it doesn't matter like your skin color. When are we going to be able to like come together, y'all, and just have a conversation so we can talk about like the different stuff, like the different things that's going on? Because it's like all of this stuff is happening. Nobody ain't talking about it. Everybody be speaking out about it. They be upset. They be like cussing, doing all of this stuff, but nobody is like coming up with solutions or offering solutions so we can figure out what are we gonna do. I'm sorry, y'all. I just had to get off my chest. How y'all doing?
Um, Certainly we want to acknowledge Faith Marie Unscripted has entered into the building. We thank you for coming back. And I think for the most part, um like-minded individuals just have to get together
Mm-hmm.
because if you go by what's being played on the news, there's
Mm-hmm.
always going to be um, a narrative that fits that station.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's a narrative that fits that station, 9 times out of 10, there's someone or a party or an organization that's backing whatever that narrative is.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have to be willing to have the hard conversations as it pertains to the things that are seen and the things that are unspoken. Because a lot of times you'll find that people actually agree with you
Mm-hmm.
if you're willing to take the time to hear them out. I think one of the biggest problems that most people face is the fact that we have one mouth and two ears, but we act like we have one ear and two mouths because we do a whole lot more talking than we do listening. And so I think that for the most part, I don't really get upset about what's being shown. I just do my due diligence to make sure I hear more than one perspective to be able to make some kind of to formulate my opinion and to make a judgment call, if that makes any sense.
Yes, it makes sense what you were saying. Thank you, Tina TR.
But I think it's a thing that people have to be willing to look past what they don't like when it comes to talking to people. Um
Agreed.
like if we can get pushed past our own prejudices, or
Mm-hmm.
if we can even acknowledge them, acknowledge the fact that you don't like a particular type of person, or you don't like for them to look a certain way, or you don't like for them to speak a certain way, and that's something that I don't think a lot of people want to admit, is that they do have their preferences. you know um I don't know a whole lot of people that's like, I'm going to open my front door to every homeless person, unhoused person, or displaced individual that's outside of their door or outside of the footsteps. They would prefer that they knew the individual, they had some type of stability in their life before they began to open up doors to them. And with that same, I mean, and I do get the whole concept of being careful and you not knowing the agendas of other people, but at the same time, people are still people no matter where you go. People are people regardless. I think about that when it comes to prisoners, people that have been incarcerated. And for those of you all who have not known or have not heard, I have been incarcerated before. Did 4 years, 5 months, 13 days in the penitentiary. Um, and one thing I noticed was there was no difference between the people that I was incarcerated with than there were people that was outside of the institution. And I think about that in the fact that there were even times where I would prefer to hang around the folks that was locked up than the people that's out here free because they do some of everything. They can be disrespectful. They don't have any rules, no codes of conduct, and you see why people fly off the handle and do things, And so I just take that into consideration that people are so accustomed to putting people in a category and um, stereotyping other people that they don't understand that that's the part that alienates you from having a decent, well thought out conversation. What are some of the things that you think, Anthony's, that would be maybe an icebreaker as it pertains to maybe a hard conversation to have? Or what do you think is a hard conversation to have?
Oh, Tina, I'm so upset. I'm so sorry. Listen, what everything you said was so true, Tina. I could not click this thing quick enough to come off mute. I said, Tina probably like, do it. Did I lose her? So you said, what are some things that I think are hard conversation to like to talk about, to speak about? Is that what you said? My phone going out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What do you think? What topics do you think would be hard to discuss with other people?
Shoot, where do I start? First, I'm gonna start with politics. Like nobody don't want to talk about politics, and they be like, "Oh, there's no, you can't talk about politics." And I'm like, "Why? If both people, if anybody who want to talk about it can be respectful, why can't we talk about politics?" That's the thing. They don't want us to talk about it. So it's like we being right into it. We can't talk about it, so we can't figure nothing out because nobody don't want to have that conversation. Religion. Nobody don't want to talk about religion. Why? Why we just can't be respectful and keep it at that? Why do people have to internalize everything? Gosh.
Hmm. And now, what my question is, what do you think would be an icebreaker to that, though? How do you introduce a different train of thought when you know that a person has preconceived notions or ideas?
Mm, now that's a good question. I haven't actually thought about that, Tina, but I would go at it from I try to approach the situation honestly from how I was. Like I try to tell people about my experience. So they'll
Hmm.
say, oh wow, this person like she relatable to me. Like so let me try and listen to her and then I'll like go off into it. But it's like I done been there, but now I'm not there anymore because, like I'm at a different place right now, like in my life.
Hmm. Danielle said, people don't like to be uncomfortable. So having discourse
Mm,
with people that they don't agree with is a challenge.
mm. She need to
I
expound
think
on
that,
that.
oh, most certainly, I agree. It's one of those things where, and evening. I'm telling you, I mean, well, it is, well, it's some time of the night. Hey, Shadow Storyteller, I'm glad that you were able to come in, check out the live. I appreciate you coming in. Um, and I just wanted to acknowledge your presence. Truly, it's a blessing to see you. Um, but yeah, like I said, I think it's we have a tendency to hold this space of, I don't want to hurt someone's feelings, or I don't want to come off as either a know-it-all or an idiot. One or
Mm-hmm.
the other, on one end of the spectrum or the other. I don't want anybody to think I know everything. Am I opinionated? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Got an opinion about most things. And even if I don't have an opinion about something, nine
Mm-hmm.
times out of 10, if I have enough information on it, I can formulate an opinion. The only thing about it is there are times where it's unnecessary. Everybody don't need my opinion. Everybody does not need to hear what I have to say, whether it's wise or not. Um, and I'm okay with that. You know, on the other hand, I do think that um, that I have an issue or struggle with the idea of talking to someone about something and feeling either foolish or stupid as it pertains to the subject matter. Now, it's not often that I
Mm-hmm.
have those types of experiences, and that's not to say I'm the most intelligent person, because that's not the case at all. And which is something else that people can mistake having a gift of gab or having the ability to maybe have a verbose vocabulary or what have you will will make other people believe that you're highly intelligent because you're able to express yourself well to some degree. But the thing about it is, I remember the majority of my life, I tried to learn as much as I could because of being misunderstood. Because when I would talk, people just did not understand what I was saying, did not know where I was coming from. And I had to learn to be okay to stand in the space of everyone's not going to be able to understand me. And it's amazing that Danielle was mentioning this earlier in her live about being okay with people not having understanding as it relates to what you say to them, you know, and being able to walk away and not having to like overly attempt to explain what you're saying. So much
Mm-hmm.
so to the point where the thought almost gets lost in the shuffle, because there are some times where people can be manipulative as it pertains to knowing that you don't want to be misunderstood. You don't
Mm-hmm.
want for people to see you as a person that's hard to understand or hard to get along with, or whatever it is, whatever their misconception is. And
Mm-hmm.
because they know that you have that, harbor that insecurity, they can hone in on it and manipulate it, so a lot of times to benefit of on the change of the narrative. And so I think about that, how you have to be okay with the no's of life. You have to be okay with standing in the uncomfortable silence. You have to
Mm-hmm.
be okay with um um not necessarily not living what you believe in, but sometimes tucking your belief in your back pocket.
Okay, because his plans don't beat our plans don't beat his plans all the time, but I can't say his plans always worked out better than mine. I can say that.
Mhm.
But yes, that's so true.
Yeah.
Um, this is deep. That is really deep. You do have to learn to be okay with that, Tina, because for a really long time, I'm gonna be honest with you, um, I struggle with that. Me not being okay, like the way I don't even really want to go there because then oh no, okay, I can't tell y'all that this for tomorrow. So I mean y'all gotta come back tomorrow to hear that part. But I will say you do have to be okay. Like you have to learn to be okay with it because if not, it will turn you into a people pleaser and like really, really fast. And that junk can ruin your life. Like I feel like right now I'm spending like so much of my time like trying to make up. for that time frame for not being able to be okay. So I'll say for the last 18 years, I
Hmm.
have been like, well, for the most part, I think. I was about to say, since I've been with my boo, I've been learning to be okay with other people's opinions. Cause like my boo, he is just like the ultimate. He don't care what nobody think, and I'm like, I wish I could be more like that. Because ultimately, when you think about it, a lot of people say that they don't care what people think, but the way they move shows that they care what people think. And I'm like, dang, I wish I could just be more like my boo because it's like he care, but he don't care. Like he care enough because then that'll keep him like with his moral compass, but he don't care enough to where it's gonna change him to like do something to be somebody that he's not. And that's really hard, like to learn to like be like that.
And let me do some station identification. I don't know. Did I speak to you, Face? Because I know I said something to you earlier, and I noticed you said, "Yay, we're back." But I don't know if I said anything to you, and so I most certainly want to acknowledge you for coming back to the live. I appreciate your presence, most certainly, and appreciate you supporting us. Um, but yeah, back to what you were saying. I most certainly get that one of the hardest things to do for me, and I had to speak for myself in this matter. One of the hardest things for me is trying not to overthink what I need to say. What is the best thing that will fit? You know how you were just talking about people pleasing.
Hmm.
I have, I have, um, I have had stash cash. Appreciate you for stepping in. And supporting the live. Um, I know that I have had issues as it pertains to trying to learn as many words. 'Cause I used to study the dictionary and the
Hmm.
thesaurus
Hmm.
when I was younger, or at least in my 20s.
Hmm.
Um, and I just wanted to have the ability to not necessarily be the smartest person in the room,
Hmm.
but to have an answer for whatever someone asked of me. And
Okay.
it was one of those things, and I know it stems from some trauma from when I was younger. I'm not so
Right.
much
Right.
in that space now because I can actually laugh about what I don't know. The
Hmm.
older I get, the more I understand about what I do not know, and how there are things, when you're younger, you don't even know what you don't know.
Right.
But when you
Right.
start coming into the knowledge about what you don't know and you recognize your own ignorance, it's like, I don't know that.
Hmm.
I'm like, I would have to learn. I don't know. I don't know. And I'm okay with the I don't know.
Okay.
Stick to it. So glad that you came in and supporting the live. This is intentionally random, where we're random intentionally. And what we've been talking about thus far is what we talking about?
Child, we're getting it off our chest, and I
Okay,
was.
yes, that's it. That's it. Getting it off our chest. We are getting things off our chest. Again, mind you, that this is intentionally random. So if we're talking about something that look like that we far away from what we act where we started, there's some intentionality in that randomness. And so if you just take a ride with us, eventually we'll make it full circle. Um, but like I was saying, it's one of those things where you learn how to come to a place with being okay with someone knows more than I do.
Hmm. Oh, thank you, Lord. Yes.
And not only does someone know more than I do, I don't have to have the expertise in every area of my life
Thank you,
or in
Lord.
every area, period. I don't have to be the best mechanic or the best driver or the best hairstylist or the best speaker. or
Mm-hmm.
preacher or whatever, a person may find themselves doing. You don't have to necessarily, and I'm not saying don't strive for excellence in whatever
Right.
you're doing,
Right.
because I don't believe in mediocrity. On the other hand, I'm okay with if someone thinks that I'm doing a mediocre job, if I know I'm putting my best foot forward and I'm making my best effort at it, if that makes any sense.
No, that makes sense, and I agree. And I can appreciate them being honest. Cause some people make you think you doing great and you really ain't doing nothing and to talk behind your back or something. So I appreciate if somebody can tell me I'm doing mediocre. You know what I'm trying to say, mediocre.
Mediocrity. Yeah, I get it.
See, my weakness is words and Tina is strong, so I just lean on Tina. Lean on Tina.
Hey, I got some words. I ain't got all of them. I will have me a brain freeze, fog, or whatever at any given moment. Just Danielle said, yes and yes. I have learned to say I don't know and
Mm-hmm.
be okay in my spirit about that.
Mm-hmm. Can't nobody shame me, baby. I be quick. No, I don't know. No, I'm not clear on that. Can you help me understand?
Excellence over perfectionism. Now, let me tell you something. That right there was my kryptonite. There are a
Huh?
lot of
Oh.
things. Oh my goodness. I mean, she spoke a whole word right there. Um when I tell you that perfectionism,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I feel like I'm about to talk about what we're talking about tomorrow.
Okay,
But
I'm like, I'm trying not to go
I'm
into it, but I
trying
can
not
tell
to.
me
I gotta hold my
because
peace,
I felt
hold
like that's
my
how I
mute.
was raised to like be perfect. Like,
Yes,
ooh,
yes.
ooh, I ain't
And
gonna
which was
do it.
something I was about to go into a minute ago, which I could touch on this and I can elaborate on it better tomorrow.
Okay.
But I grew up with my mother had been married uh before. She's married now, but she just got married a few years ago. But the first time she got married, I was little. I was young. I might have been 8 years old or something like that, 8 or 9. When I think it was 8 or 9 years old, something like that. And the man that she married used to tell well, we would be, this is the thing about kids. You know how kids are. Kids can be dumb. I was one of them kids. I was stupid. I just did stuff. Didn't think about it. It's just, kind of impulsive. Do. You walking around, you're growing, you're goofy, you're silly. You do stuff as a child.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the problem was I had been told it was okay to say, I don't know when someone asked me
Mm-hmm.
a question. But
Mm-hmm.
then when he came along, he was like, no, there's a reason for everything that you do. And so he would tell me, so why did you do that? It could be something like, uh, why did I now it would be an accident. Why did you leave uh the milk in the bowl in the sink?
Mm-hmm.
Now that wasn't something I did. I already know which one of my siblings did that. But it was one of those things where why did you leave the bowl of milk in the sink? And I would be standing there like, I don't know. And then I would get popped for saying I didn't know. And so I was like, wait, uh, and so he would ask me again, what did you do that for? And I'm still trying to figure like, I don't know. I don't know. And then he would tell me, you know why you did that.
Mm.
And I'm like,
I
and
do.
what at some point, at that point, I had made the decision
Mm-hmm.
at 8 or 9 that I must say something.
Mm-hmm.
Now I was either gonna lie, which would happen most of the time, because when you little, you just try to say something to get out of trouble. And that was my thing. I was like, but
Lord.
it taught me how to talk slick
Right, right, okay, right.
which is one of the things that um and I'm not bragging. I'm just saying it because this is something that I know I'm capable of doing. I understand comedic timing
Mm,
as it relates to improv.
okay.
And so when a person says something to me slick, I
Mm-hmm.
can come right back with the quickness and say something that fits what's going on, or a quick observation to say something derogatory to someone. But the
Right, right,
training
right, right.
ground for that, the training ground for that came from when I was little in the midst of trauma.
Mm, like having maybe like getting bullied or something.
Well, yeah, I was getting bullied by my stepdad, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
You getting a whooping, or, getting tapped up the backside of your head because you done left a bowl of milk in the sink. You know, one of
Yeah.
those type of things. And so now, every time somebody asks you something, it's the thing of, now I got to come up with an answer.
Oh yeah, because you don't want to not have an answer.
I don't want to not have an answer, because not having an answer gets me hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So it's now, then it went from that to the fact that I was able to have an answer for everything.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm receiving accolades, because now I'm being put to the test by people who don't necessarily have bad intentions, but they're impressed with the fact that I can speak quickly, soundly, and what I'm saying sounds good,
Right, right, right.
which also cultivated. Now I'm going into tomorrow, but it also cultivated
Mm-hmm.
um, the ability to convince people,
Mm-hmm.
and to um what's the word I'm looking for, influence people.
Oh, that word influence is so strong. I can't write right now. We need the parking lot that word for tomorrow. Influence. Influence is
Influence.
such a heavy
Hmm.
word. People do not understand like the
Hmm.
heaviness, the significance of the word influence. It influences kids. Influence has influence on adults. Like, oh Lord, influence. Mm-mm-mm. I think influence might be stronger than submission. Oh, did I say that out loud? My bad. I forgot we on live. I thought I was just talking to Tina TR straight through the phone.
Ah,
Yeah.
but yes, I most certainly. I mean, and that's the thing about influence. If
Mm-hmm.
it's not nurtured properly, if it's
Mm-hmm.
not cultivated properly,
Mm-hmm.
if it's not stewarded properly, that's it right there. Steward.
That's the
If you
one.
don't steward that thing properly, it can be hijacked and used for evil at any given moment. You can use it, can be used for self-serving purposes, and it's things like that that I ended up having to struggle with for a few decades, and it all started when I was like 8 years old. And so that's the thing about people being willing to have the hard conversations,
Right.
and and about what is it that's keeping me from connecting with this person. It could be
Mm-hmm.
trauma. It could be something that happened in the past. It could be something that made them feel inferior. So instead of of saying, "Hey, I when I'm talking about such and such, I feel vulnerable. I feel exposed. I don't think I feel comfortable talking about these things." Instead, they would rather impress you, or they would
Mm-hmm.
rather reject you. You know.
Ooh, whoa. Mm-mm. Yes, my co-host is more transparent than yours. It's okay, guys. You gotta get to a Tina TR and her space
I
for
ain't e-
for
and I
sure.
ain't even said nothing. That's the funny part. Um,
She
Just
thinks
Danielle
she
said,
said,
"Lord, sometimes we use our, if I can read it down here, I can see it better. Lord, sometimes we use our intellect to distance ourselves as a defense mechanism. The
Mm,
thing God gave you to prosper, you can always be manipulated. Let me back up. The thing
mm-hmm,
God gave you to prosper you can
mm-hmm.
always be manipulated for evil.
Ooh, woo! Didn't you say that earlier? Yesterday. Ooh. I was about to say,
Uh,
me and my boo was talking about that junk, like something similar yesterday. He literally said something along those lines. That is, whoa, that is wild. Okay, thank you, Lord, for the confirmation. But that is wild. That is why, and y'all, when I say wow, it's not a bad wild. It's like a good wow. Like God just blew my mind. But I mean, He always do that. But it just be like certain things. Like I'm like, I know it was Him. Like how He just been confirming stuff. That is crazy. The good crazy.
mhm. Janet said, I have lost people in my life
Mm-hmm.
because I am unfiltered. I tell you things you don't want to hear. The truth.
Ooh, my type of people, baby. Shoot me with the
Wow.
truth, baby. Don't heal me with a lie. Shoot me with the truth. Shoot me in my thigh because they kind of fat. Wow, that is. Oh yeah, shout out to Janet. Janet is like, Janet, you're so dope. I was in boot camp with Janet,
hmm
the real
Stick
one.
to it says, energy never lies. It's amazing how you can be around a person and you
Mm-hmm.
can literally feel um, certain things about them, as it pertains to negativity, bad attitudes. Um,
Oh,
Even when it comes to a sad disposition, you ever been around somebody that's just always depressed? And when you get around them, it's like, ugh, I'm tired, and I think about that, about how much of being around people and the things that they're experiencing can affect you. Just
right.
being in their presence a lot of times.
I got a question about that. That's so true, but this what I noticed, like no shade to nobody. Cause I know a lot of times people will listen to your stuff. Well, not saying your stuff. Well, I don't gotta tell Tina this, but I'm just saying this for anybody that may be new to my channel or Tina's channel. The thoughts that I say out my mouth are solely my thoughts. These are not Tina thoughts, guys. Okay. I just want to put that out there. But I have noticed like a lot of times, y'all, like I be honest with people. I hate that we cannot be honest with people. Imagine how the world would be if you could really just be honest with people and people don't like internalize stuff. Cause people will literally, I have literally had somebody come to my page, y'all. Like I'm the type of person you gotta know me to know. I don't do like behind the back slick type stuff. Like I'm just not like that. So if I got an issue with you, like I'm gonna tell you in your face. Like I'll never just make no video about nobody. So long story short, I had made a video one day and somebody literally thought my video was about them, y'all. And to be honest, like I don't know. Like, so that's why I'm just telling y'all, my thoughts are my thoughts. I don't want nobody mad at Tina because I know my thoughts are different. But I will say, I believe if we could be honest with people, the world would be different. Like, if you really could just keep it 100, because a lot of times we don't be honest. Well, I'll be honest with y'all. I don't be honest with people in my life, y'all, because, well, I take that back. There are people in my life that I can be honest with, right? But for the people that I am not completely honest with, I feel like I cannot be honest with them because when I have been honest with them, like they get upset with me. And I just thought about that because I said something to one of my friends because this is how I feel. And I'm sorry, Tina, hold on. Let me tell y'all this so y'all can tell me what y'all think. If somebody is your friend, right? Maybe I'm just putting too much into it. Maybe I'm doing too much as a friend and I need to slow down, right? Like if you are my friend and you tell me that you want to see me do better, shouldn't you be watching my stuff if you act like you want to see me succeed or am I tripping? Can somebody just confirm that for me? Did I miss my exit? Oh no, I still got it. Okay. And I can't even look at the phone because I'm driving y'all. And I was going to ask my man to bring the comments, but I'm just asking the kids should read them for me.
Yeah, so Janet said right there, yeah, I state to myself, don't allow anyone to steal your peace or your joy.
Mm.
And I
But
so
instead of
believe in that.
allowing somebody to steal your peace or your joy, if you speak out about how they make you feel, why can't you tell people how they make you feel? Like, even if they don't understand or agree, because my feelings are valid. If somebody make you feel some type of way, you should be able to tell them though, right? Like, keep it 100 with them.
I mean, truth be told, people sometimes know how they making you feel because they're trying to make you feel it.
See, Tina, maybe I be giving people too much, that like too much of the benefit of the doubt, because I'm like, who would purposely just try to mess up somebody like that or make them feel some type of way like that?
There are more people that,
You talking about putting
and this is
people?
not to be a negative Nancy or anything like that or a conspiracy theorist. One thing that I realize is that there is some truth to the uh the urban colloquialism of the colloquial expression as it pertains to misery loves company.
Hmm.
And when it comes to that, I think about that like you have people who would rather see you um in a down state because it makes them look better, makes them feel good. It takes the weight and the heaviness and the responsibility off of them. It takes the
Hmm.
spotlight off of them, off of their negative aspects and characteristics. And so, if they can highlight something's wrong with you, then no one will pay attention to their flaws. And or just the whole thing of they don't like you. Everybody don't like you, and so they want you to be miserable because they don't like you. And we live in a society that people literally go out their way to do something to harm you because just because for the sake of they don't like you. I'm like, please just get away from me. It's okay if you don't like me, but don't want to harm me. You
Okay, why
know,
you can't just not like me in peace?
Exactly. That would be wonderful if that's
Okay, hate me in
possible.
peace.
But a lot of times, people have, hate in their hearts and things of that
Right,
that
right.
nature, and I think about that quite often, you know, about how you have to be careful about guarding your own heart,
Hmm.
protecting, your own state of mind,
Right.
protecting your own peace. Uh, I like how Danielle calls it sanctifying the space. When we're modding for her, she'll be praying, and instead of her having to look up and be like, somebody get this person out of here because they in here cussing or they in there, making some kind of innuendo towards her while she's trying to pray. And instead
Hmm.
of that, she's like, we would be modding. And as soon as I see something, I get them out of there. And she's like, thank you, me or Anthony or whomever that's in the live. And she would say,
Hmm.
thank you for sanctifying the space.
Hmm.
And sometimes you just want to be able to keep the space that you're in clear of all the negative things that a person might want to bring to disturb you.
Mm.
Janice said, you cannot give people too much of yourself. Like Danielle, they can be used to manipulate you. I had to learn to say no. I was always the one who kept the peace. My family took advantage of that. Oh, yeah. And they will.
Woo!
Yeah.
Janet, let me do two snaps in the air for you, Queen. Hey, Janet. When I tell you I felt that, I really feel like it's some people. Oh, Janet, I'm trying not to cry because
She,
I do not
she,
want to cry off my lashes. Like, I hate that it's some selfish people that will see like the heart that you have and take advantage of that, because it's
mhm.
so messed up. Because when you finally get tired of people taking advantage of you, you could possibly miss out like on a good like relationship, like whether that's like with a friend or like a significant other, simply because now like you'll get to the point where you like, you know what, I ain't doing nothing for nobody. because everybody else that did me wrong, like, then you feel like everybody else is gonna do that. Like, I literally almost missed out on my boo, y'all, like, based on what I had with him, like, off of everybody else. I'm just so happy I did not. But yes, that's so true. Like, I hate how people would take advantage of that. When they see you have like that nice, forgiving, like, it's some really cool, which don't get me wrong now. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know I believe in God. So to be honest, we all ain't like really worth nothing, you know? Like, to be honest. But it's some really, really cruel people in this world. Oh, hold on, y'all. The police. I don't want to look like I'm streaming right now. No, I'm not a famous YouTuber. No pigs. Hey, girl, you
um,
got police behind us. She late.
it just kind of puts me in the mind of something that I was in Stick to It's live um I think last weekend, and one of the things that he was talking about was cutting the line um in reference to not allowing people to drain you, not allowing people to basically be leeches in your life, and being willing to cut them off, even if that means it's a family member, even if that means it's a person that you may have considered a friend at some point in time. When he, even the fact that he touched on, even if it's your family member, cut the line, you know, I thought that that was very impactful to me, because it's so easy to be to feel like um you're the only one with the mantra, I am my brother's keeper, or I am my sister's keeper.
Mm-hmm.
And and if they know you have that mindset, you'll
Mm-hmm.
always be the person they'll run to. But
Mm-hmm.
you can be in need and it's never reciprocated.
Mm.
You can have desires, but no one is trying to meet you where you have need. And so it's something, and it's not even about trying to depend on someone or trying to ride the coattail of another individual or anything. But it is one of those things where you begin to look and take inventory of the people that's in your life, and
Mm-hmm.
discovering whether or not is this something that I want to hold on to and to continue to cultivate. Because
Right.
just because um, we have the same blood doesn't necessarily mean we're family.
Oh wow. Oh, oh, that goes so deep, boy. Okay. I had to learn what, like, my family is still my family, but you create a whole new family. You know? If that makes
I mean,
sense.
it takes me back to something that I've been saying for years. When you're younger, you don't have control over who you're related to, over who your family members are. You're born into a thing. But when you get grown, you get the opportunity to choose who your family is.
Right.
That is no different than if you get married, you choose your spouse. That's someone you chose, you know. And because of that, you choose your friends, you choose your coworkers, you choose the people in your life, not necessarily choosing your coworkers. That's if you own the business, then of course you can choose who you want to work for you. But on the other
Right. Right.
hand,
Right.
it's the thing where you get the agency to be able to say, I want this person here. They
Right.
add value to my life, and I'm willing to be reciprocal in that manner. On the other hand, you have people, and that's not to say you can't. Everybody you help has to be able to give at the same capacity, or
Right.
even have
Right.
to give it all. But at the
Right.
same time, it should be a place in life where you see some kind of value, or at the least, they're not taking anything from you. They're not draining you. They're not
Right.
depleting you. They're not causing you to go into the hole by trying to be there for them. And that's emotionally, that's spiritually, that's financially. You know what I'm saying? That's
Mhm.
socially. If you got somebody in your life that's chasing away all your friends because of the foolishness that they're saying to them, that is not somebody you need to hold on to. And this has to be taken into consideration.
Mm.
But I'm looking, I see 7 people in the chat. How y'all doing out there? Y'all okay? Everybody done got quiet. Danielle said about quite a few things, and then uh put a one in the chat if you still here. How many people we got in here tonight?
I
Because we
can
going
pull
on
up
and
because
on
I'm
and
about to
on
say we
about the
got
meat
7 people
of
in
the
the
hour.
chat, but do we have 7 likes though?
Okay, I see one. I see one. Janice says she's still with us. She's still rocking out with us tonight. These folks might have a phone on the couch on the nightstand or something, and they laying down listening, just waiting on the end on its own.
Oh, that's
But
cool though. If they just laying down listening.
I mean, it's a
Oh,
possibility,
it's
you
warning
know.
me. You know what? I'm not
Um,
gonna even say anything back because road rage is real, but that was super rude. Like that was super rude, guys. Super rude. I'm
okay,
sorry,
Faith
Tina.
still here. Faith said just about to pass out from moving. Oh, you get some
Oh,
rest.
Faith.
Yep. She moving. I was watching her live earlier. I had to catch the replay. Cause Lord knows, I don't know what my life be doing. You be going live, and I have 50 11 things to do. But I did catch the replay. I was
Listen,
watching.
okay, that be me.
Yes.
I was on there, but then I had got a call.
Hmm. But yeah, it's I just I want to be in the space. Um, I want to be in the space. I've come to a place in my life where
Tina,
protecting my space is important. Say that again. What you say? You on mute if you're talking to me.
you can hear me.
Huh? I don't know if you getting pulled over or something.
Now, Tina, Tina is too much for me. Tina.
What?
Tina gonna make me scream. Tina, somebody you get pulled over so.
I mean, you done
You know,
got quiet. I'm like, just to make sure
Tina, I'm
you
about to
okay.
scream. Tina, you know, I'm trying to. Now, y'all, Tina know I was trying to work on using my inside voice on the inside. Tina was about to make me scream. I'm about to holler, talking about what you done got pulled over so. Tina know I be up here talking real loud, like, boo. Yeah, when Tina was talking about overthinking with her and JD365, which is Tristan Yup 365. You know, I shorten everybody name. It's the memory thing, y'all, because they talking about I might have dementia when I get old. So I'm just trying to slow the process down. But them doctors do not know what they be talking about. They do, but they don't, y'all. But listen, y'all, when I tell y'all, Tina is so funny. Tina be having me. Tina make me act up. She don't do it on purpose, but she's so funny, y'all. She is so funny. I'm so glad I met you. I feel like I knew
Oh,
Tina my
likewise.
whole life. Damn, I
Oh
wish my
Lord.
car could do something.
Yeah, but Faith said protecting my peace and space is top
Mm-hmm.
priority. Let
Mm-hmm.
me tell you something. When it comes to protecting your peace, oh my lamb chops. Let me tell you something. I don't want no foolishness.
Hold on, Tina.
I don't. You're breaking up too real. I don't know what's going if you need to charge up or something going on. And if you need to, you can go out and come back in. Um, but yes, when it comes to protecting your peace of mind, protecting your space from chaos, um, and just protecting yourself from making investments in things that reap um loss, calamity, um, is something that you have to take into consideration. That some of your no's come at the expense of not having certain relationships, not having certain fellowship with certain people. Because I know we like to talk about relationships all the time, but you know, I could be related to you, but we ain't kicking it. I could be related to you, but we ain't riding. We're not joyriding. We're not taking a road trip. No, we're not getting in the airplane together. We ain't got to do none of that. And I'm okay with that if that means that I get to be at peace. I'm okay with that if that means that I don't have to argue with someone. And I understand that there will be times where we won't be able to agree with everything that a person says. We're not yes men or yes women. We're not just out here trying to make somebody feel good by acting like we agree with everything that they say. There's no brown nosing going on. But what the tendency is to, for the sake of peace, I don't want to say certain things, and I don't want to break up this fellowship with a person, or they're this person to me. I'm at a place in my life. I'm grown enough to say that if my own mother is chaotic, me and her got to part ways. And it's not that I don't love her. It's none of that. It's one of those things of, if you come with chaos, your chaos is going to cost me. I would rather cut my losses now than have to deal with the backlash of things multiplying over time. Because I think it was Coach talked about how when you don't address things, things multiply and you begin to experience resentment, all because you weren't willing to say something, all because you weren't willing to um, acknowledge that something was wrong and you didn't need to deal with that person any longer. Um, I had to do that with my mother. I love her, but I had to protect my peace. I'm at peace with my decision. I'll deal with her when I can handle it. When I tell you, Faith, that I understand where you coming from, because people come with their own baggage, things that they haven't gone to therapy about, things that they haven't talked to the right people about to get those things that they're wrestling with off of them. And what tends to happen is they always go to the easiest target, and you become a punching bag for somebody else, whether that's a verbal punching bag or a literal punching bag, however that goes, or a financial punching bag, because that person is so accustomed to you doing what they say until they bring you every problem. And next thing you know, you're dragging and you're tired and you're angry and you're upset. And it's because you're carrying somebody else's mental, spiritual, financial baggage. And so I most certainly understand that. Yes, we matter. We shouldn't have to suffer just because of relation. That's so right. That is so right. And I mean, I wholeheartedly agree that at some point, uh, you take inventory. You think about it. Um, is me somewhere stroking out, experiencing heart palpitations, blood pressure high, because I'm trying to hold on to something or someone, or in a capacity where it's toxic to me? Is it worth it? No, 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 it's not. It's not. Not if it's going to cut your life short. Not if it's going um, to cause your um, way of living to become stagnant, your peace of mind to become stagnant. You know, but I get it. I don't know where Too Real went. I don't know if or when she's coming back. Um, but one thing I can say is I appreciate um the dialogue. Um, and I appreciate you sharing too, Faith. Um, yep, her father died when she was 6, and he was the one who spoiled her. Then she expected that from everyone around her, and still does to this day. It's draining. Oh, absolutely. 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 And that can really be something. Again, that's one of those things where people have hangups. Things happen to them early on in life, and next thing you know, you become a target to feed whatever monster is on the inside of them that never got dealt with, that was never confronted. That and the sad part about it is, um the relationship might could be better if that person changed, but at the same time it's one of those things, we can't wait around long enough to find out. Life is short, and tomorrow ain't promised to nobody. And so it's one of those things where it's like, okay, am I going to live out the rest of these days hoping that this person changes their mind, or am I going to take the initiative to control what I can control, as it pertains to me putting myself in a position where I know my peace is going to be robbed, and my joy is going to be depleted, and my finances is going to fly out of my bank account and out of my pocket. And so, and like I said earlier, I believe in helping anybody. Um, to of course to an extent, but I believe in helping people. But at the same time, it's one of those things. But if it's gonna cost me to be in a deficit, and that deficit doesn't have to be financial. If that deficit comes in the place of, now I can't have any peace, I can't sleep at night because I'm involved in something I don't really want to be involved in or involved with. You know, Janet said, "What I miss what is that? Yeah, I miss what was never completed, and my mother checked out where I became the mom to her younger siblings." Whew, I understand. I most certainly understand. Hey, Yolanda, Brit Family Fun. Um, so glad that you stepped in. We were just sitting here talking about how protected. We were talking about protecting our peace. Um, Not being willing to allow someone to take from us, um, and to be willing to do whatever's necessary to protect that peace. Whether that be family members, whether that be friends, whether that be parents, siblings, extended family, um, whether that be, our friends, kind of made me think about that TLC. What about your friends? Uh, will they stand their ground, or will they let you down again? At some point you have to take inventory and look at what you have around you and ask yourself, is this bringing me peace? If not, I need to, like Danielle says, sanctify the space. I need to make sure that I don't have any negative influences within my environment, that I don't have those individuals, that I don't give those individuals access to me. And so I just think about that, in relation to desiring to hold myself accountable to making sure that I'm okay. Holding myself accountable, um, that I don't allow what does not need to be there to be there. Um, of course, we can't hide from everybody because we still got to go to the store. We still have to go to our jobs. We still have to interact with people. But at the same time, there should be a place in your life, in your house, in your dwelling, in some space that you can call your own, where there is peace, and you be willing to do whatever it takes to keep it. And so, um, I most certainly, excuse me, understand what it means to have to be willing to you have to be willing to cut your losses, so to speak. Um, you said you wanted to stop by before going to bed. Um, I'm so glad that you did. You know, I always appreciate um, you coming in, of course, and your support in any capacity. I greatly appreciate you. Boundaries are so important, and they, in fact, are very, very, very important. Um, with that being said, I know that the time is winding down. Um, I had meant to be on here and be off by now earlier. But since I've been up here and I have not seen Too Real come back to the stage. Um, because I don't know, for all we know, her phone done died or something, or her headset may have needed charging. But we already knew that, you know, she's traveling. I just was glad that she was able to co-host with me tonight. Um, and she's been pushing me to do more content, and I was like, I'm fine with just doing it on Saturdays. Saturday nights is just fine with me because you know, I like being able to go to other people's lives and be a support to them. But this is a season where I'm beginning to branch out and uh and to talk more and to convey some of my thoughts outside of what I'm normally joking and laughing and giggling and acting crazy about in other people's lives. And that's not to say that I'm always going to be deep and mental or all of that. But at the same time, it's one of those things where tonight we just have been talking about getting things off of our chest. Oh, oh, she came back. Look at here, look at here. Look at here. Look at here. Antonice has entered the building. Hello, Antonice. So glad you're back. Can you hear me?
I wanted to say I'm not being rude, y'all. My phone is tripping.
Yeah, yeah. We figured. I've been talking this whole time. Oh, Faith says she appreciate this conversation. Love our little community. Y'all are amazing.
Oh,
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
thank you for the kind words, Faith I call her Faith CI for Faith called it because in the beginning when I first like went live, right, I was doing stuff and Faith was catching it. Faith, like in other people's lives also. Like it's like me and Faith a catch and Tina be catching that stuff too. Like people that pay attention to detail, JD365 be catching stuff on the low too. Trisha B do too. I was about to say what I call Faith because Faith was like the first person that I noticed that catch stuff like little things that other people may not catch. Faith used to catch it, so that's why I call her Faith caught it, y'all. They probably like, girl, nobody don't care why you call her Faith CI, but I told y'all. Hey y'all, hey Brit, family fun. No is a complete sentence. Do you know when I learned that recently in the last few years? I used to be a people pleaser for a really, really, really long time. I'm so happy that the Lord allowed me to meet my husband, y'all, because it's no telling how I would have been. Like, you really have to be okay with other people not being okay. Like, if you know you did not intentionally do anything to them, sometimes people just gotta, it's a them problem. It has nothing to do with you. And no is a complete sentence. I used to say no and explain myself. And my boy used to be like, why you explaining yourself? You don't gotta explain yourself. It's no because it's no.
Yes, yes. Oh, and that's something I had to learn. Um, and depending on who it is, I can still struggle. Let me say this.
Mm,
No is a complete sentence. And when
mm.
it comes to certain people, they can get it a hard no from me. But there are other times, pause, whatever. But it's one of those things. It was coming eventually anyway. I'm paused. Uh, so it's one of those things that I think about as it
Mm-hmm.
pertains to just it can be so difficult when it comes to certain people, especially when they're near and dear to you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you're like, I'm trying to look out for your best interests, and uh, I don't want to. Yolanda talk about some. I'm screaming. LOL. Um, but it's a thing where it's like this person, you have this emotional connection with an individual, and it don't take long, for you to get to that space. You could just feel like a person is cool. Now, I can't say with you because we keep it a foul wow. I'm talking about we keep it all the way real, you and I.
Oh, you
When
got
we're
my boo
talking.
hollering, Tina. He's about that wow.
Hey, I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Let's
Yeah,
keep it a buck. We keep it a thou wow in here.
yeah.
But that's the thing about we're able to communicate and be honest with
Right,
one another. And
right,
of course I feel comfortable talking to you about
right,
different things. But
right.
if there are certain people
Mm-hmm.
that it can be so difficult,
Mm-hmm.
mainly because I'm like, no, but I want you to have such and
Mm-hmm.
such. Now they could have been not worth a quarter to me for the past 6 months, but
Mm-hmm.
because I think a certain way about them,
Mm-hmm.
I want to go above and beyond the call of duty.
Yep.
And sometimes I have to make the assessment of, is it time for me to take my hand off? Is
Mm-hmm.
it time for me to back off as it
Mm-hmm.
pertains to certain levels of support? Or, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like, because again, I don't want everybody to think that all I'm ever talking about is money, because support comes in so many different ways,
Ooh.
you know.
Ooh.
Because, I mean, the cash apps are easy. But when it comes to emotional support, do I have the bandwidth? Do I
Right.
have the capacity to
Yep.
keep bearing somebody else's load?
Yep.
For someone to keep emotionally dumping on me and
Mm-hmm.
they never get any better. I'm not talking about, oh, somebody need a shoulder to cry on, they having a
Right.
hard time,
Right.
or they're going through a season where, they're normally, jovial, or normally, pretty, happy go lucky, or whatever you want to call it. But when
Mm-hmm.
it comes to those people that, almost need, a peel in a jacket,
Mm-hmm.
and one of them very, very comfortable padded cells, I
Right.
can deal with that. That's above my pay grade. I'm
Mm-hmm.
And so when it comes to things like that, I have to be willing to say, I love you, but the buck stops here.
Right.
I love you, but I can't go any further with you in this manner and in this fashion. You know. And so I think about that, ever so often, that you come to that fork in the road and you're like, okay, now it's time to make a decision.
Right.
Hopefully, prayerfully, of course. I don't want to, and that's something and let me say this, I'm guilty. It's homemade sin when it comes to wanting to fly off the handle and be like, I ain't never calling you no more. I don't care if you throw my phone number in the sea of forgiveness. You ain't never got to call me. You ain't got to worry about me
Like,
calling you.
forget
You
for
know what I'm
this.
saying? But at the same time, it's not always that God would lead a person or lead me to just cut a person off like that. I just might be in a state where I'm having high emotions. It just might need to back off for a second. Or I need to
Right.
take a breather. I need to take a couple of days and give myself, 72 hours, 96, a week or so. But beyond that, it's the thing of, am I having a hiccup, or have I reached a cutoff point?
Right.
Me Two Times said it best. The best support does not involve money.
Okay. I need it two more times like Dr. Umar. The best support does not involve money.
My goodness.
Brothers and sisters, I need you to hear me. The best support does not involve money.
Jesus.
Thank you, Me Too. And thank you for all you be doing, Me Too, because Me Too
Oh my
is
goodness.
so like Me Too. I
I'm
wish
so
one
glad you
thing.
said that.
What's wrong? Go ahead, and yeah, go ahead and do your thing. What you do? Go ahead,
Me,
girl.
me two times. I just want to take this moment to celebrate you. I admire what you do. I I'm not at that place, nowhere near it. I barely know how to spell my own name on some of these apps for somebody else to know what I'm saying. What you do and the platform that you have in supporting so many other people in the midst of you needing support too. Because we all need support. But the thing is, what you do is so significant. You would think that people that would have, 100,000 subscribers or 10,000 subscribers or better would be doing some of the things that you do. And so I just wanted to take a moment to applaud you in how you open up the space. And while, yes, it is beneficial to you to some degree, but at the same time, because of you, we all have had experiences that we weren't having before. I had never played, I had played Uno once, and I think that was on Chips Live, but I'm not thinking. I thought that was basically, a once in a lifetime experience because I know that he's busy. On the other hand, here it is. You like, come on, always open and willing to work with those of us who are just getting started.
Mhm.
Those you anybody can look it up. I don't have a whole bunch of subscribers. I'm actually brand new as it pertains to this. Content creation space. But what I see you
Mhm.
do, I think is commendable. I want to
Mhm.
salute you, and I want to thank you for all that you
Mhm.
do, and let you know that you most certainly are appreciated. And I see
Mhm.
your hard work, and I just wanted to acknowledge it.
Yes, thank you, Tina. I feel the same way, but my words don't be so delicate like Tina's. Yes, thank you, Tina. Woo, woo. Me Too, you rock. I can't wait for the rest of your community to arrive. Me Too. I can tell you, I know you're not giving up or nothing, but I'm just telling you this because I know sometimes like it can be so discouraging because it's like, dang, well, I'm gonna just speak from how I be feeling. Sometimes I be like, dang, I have like I don't ask nobody for nothing. I really do feel like I had the right intentions. I just want to inform people. I want to help people like any way I can because at one point when I needed help, it was only a few people that was there to help me. But yeah, I just don't give up. Keep going. I promise you, your community is coming. And I'm not like telling you that, like trying to like make you think I know profit in that, because I'm not. I'm definitely not. But I'm just telling you, I know when you put in the work and you are patient. And I don't know like how you feel about God, but I can tell you I believe in God and I just put in the work. I be patient and I trust him and everything just work out how it should be. So I don't know. I just felt the need to tell you that. Like, just keep going. I will continue to watch your videos. Like, you are so helpful. You have shared information that other people charge a whole lot of money for, And I can tell you, although I haven't been like on YouTube a really long time, I've been in the social streets for like a really long time. I have took a lot of classes. I have paid for a lot of courses. I am one of those people that have put in the money and maybe not necessarily the work. You gotta put in the work, and I see you put in the work, and I just know it's gonna pay off. Like hard work pays off. It might take a little bit longer than the other way when people look at it, but it just depends on the person. But I rather have the hard work way because it also builds character, and I'm really big on like character. So yeah, shout out to you, Me Too. Like really, really shout out to you. Thank you for all you do.
And shout out to all of the content creators because we're all in this together. We're
Yeah.
all trying to grind it out. We're all trying to navigate our own way through this space. It's not necessarily easy. It can become tedious at times. And we have lives outside of YouTube. If it
Mhm.
ain't no more than going to the bathroom and taking a shower, you got to take the time to do so you
Mhm.
know. And so I think about that. I never want to take for granted the fact that people are really taking time to expose to us their lives, their personalities, their character, and in a way that's meaningful and supportive. Like Yolanda, Brit Family Fun, her channel is one of the best channels I've ever seen, in that she always is positive and
Yes.
gracious in how she treats
Yes.
you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I'm like, I ain't got there yet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm okay, but I ain't there yet. You know what I'm saying? I've said this before.
Ooh,
I ain't there yet.
okay.
I don't know. I don't know how to be that nice. You know what I'm saying? But that
Who
she
you
she give me
telling?
something to strive towards. And so I just
Mm-hmm.
think about that. It's something else when you can be in a community and learn from so many different people, like Janet. When I
Mm-hmm.
tell you, when you go and see some of her stuff, man, the lady just got it together. You see what I'm saying? And I think about that, like when people are really supportive of you, and
Mm-hmm.
people are taking the time to share with you their thoughts, share with you, to pray for you, to
Mm-hmm.
literally pray for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Not from the place of, oh, I hope they give me $1. Oh, I hope they send me a super chat. But really
Right.
pray for you. Pray that you make your way prosperous. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Not so you can be a
Mm-mm-mm.
blessing to them, but just so you can be blessed. You appreciate
Ooh.
those things. You see what I'm saying? So,
Yes, you do.
I'm just thankful and grateful. And I know everybody don't have the same beliefs. I know that everybody don't necessarily think the same way or anything, but I do see good intentions
Mm-hmm.
in the majority of the people that I come across. Every now and then we get a
Yes.
troll, you know what I'm saying, here and there and
Yes.
yonder. That I'm like, what they doing in here? Get that out of here. But other than that, for the most part, even when it comes to that, I still see people like Stash being gracious to the trolls. You know what I'm saying? Letting them
Yes.
have they little 15 seconds of fame. I don't give them that much. If I'm like, get them out of here. 2 seconds, I ain't fast enough. But when it comes to them, you know,
Right.
they're a lot more gracious, and I'm just appreciative of how they are, not only with the trolls but with me too. Because
Yes.
I'm not perfect, and you,
Y'all.
Anthony, I
Bye,
was
y'all. I
coming
gotta
around the
go.
corner.
No,
Don't you
don't
do
come
that?
around to me,
Don't you do
lady.
that? Yep,
Y'all,
yep, yep.
she know I don't like this. Y'all, I do not want
So
to be
you'll be
like
all
that,
right.
y'all.
Buckle up, Buttercup. Check this out.
Y'all,
If it's one thing that I can
oh,
say,
Tina.
I appreciate you. You one of the funnest people that I've ever had to host with. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, I enjoy the fact that you have your own perspective. You willing to stand 10 toes down in
Tina.
what you believe, and that's
Oh,
cool to
Tina.
me. That's
Don't make me
cool to me.
cry.
That's commendable to me, that you're willing, that even in that you have an ear to hear, and you'll rethink and recalibrate the things that you may be wrong in. There are
Oh,
so many people that are your age that don't have a ear to hear nothing. They know what they know, they think what they think, and they don't care about nothing else. So I applaud you and how you are, and the person that you are, and the character that you show.
y'all, Tina know I'm a cry, baby. Why she gonna do me like that? She know I told her I'm gonna cry my lashes off. Tina, thank you for the kind words. It took me a really long time to get like this. And it's not me. Like, I really have to give all the credit to the Lord, because when I tell you, I feel like I met my boo for a reason. Like, it's literally no telling how I would be. Like, if I hadn't met my boo, like even my boo, when I met my boo, y'all, I met my boo 18 years ago. And like my boo was like, when he met me, he was just like, he hadn't never met nobody like me. He was like, you give everybody the benefit of the doubt. Like, even when people do you wrong, you still get in the benefit of the doubt. Like, he used to always be like, I wish, like, how would the world be like if more people thought like you and like showed grace like you? I had to get to that point to be okay with how I feel, because for a really long time when I felt a certain type of way, because it wasn't like along the way with like everybody else, like I kind of felt like an alien. Like how Corey be like, what's up, my earthlings? Like, I be feeling like, and then for a really long time, I felt like because I was the only person who spoke out or felt a certain type of way, I felt like something was wrong with me. And then, like, one night, I met my boy in the club, and like, it's been up ever since. Like, the thing
Mm-hmm.
that a lot of people did not like about me was the very thing that attracted me to my husband. He was like, I was so green and just so corny, and the things that I like that nobody else liked, I didn't care that nobody else liked them. Like, I just wanted to be my own person. And just thank you, Tina. Like, you didn't have to tell me that, but I'm just like, Lord, like, he doing his thing because I just want people to like me for me. Like, I don't want to be nobody else. I just want to be me. Like, my boo literally is like the first person, well, besides my friends, like, well, my real friends, but he like the first person who just like me for me. Like, I don't gotta add nothing. I don't gotta take nothing away. He just like me as I am. Not saying I don't gotta change to be a better person. Oh, thank you, boo. But like, I don't know. He just accept me how I am. Cause I
Mm-hmm.
notice, a lot of times people have to change. If that makes sense. Like, of course you want to change for the better, but I don't have to be nothing I'm not. Like, he just love me just the way
Mm-hmm.
that I am. And Tina, like, thank you for appreciating that. Like for noticing that. Like, Tina truly just let me be me. Like, I don't have to go back and disclaimer everything that I say to her because she know me. Like, she is learning me, like my character, like the person that I am. So she know, like, dang, even if that come out a certain way, she know what, because I know Anthony's. I know she didn't
Mm-hmm.
mean it like that, so I ain't gonna take it that way. Thank
Mm-hmm.
you, Tina. Thank
Yeah.
you. Real
Yeah.
is rare, Tina.
Mm-hmm. And let me tell you something, because I highlighted her name for a reason. Because I know I only said one thing about Janice Page, which I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
What I don't hear a whole lot of people talk about her. I see her in lives all the time. Janet is one of the
Yes.
most
Supportive.
motivated, supportive people
Mm-hmm.
that I've come across, in that
Mm-hmm.
she's always trying to inspire and uplift.
Yes.
Yes, she can be raw with her truth. I understand that, which she admitted herself. But at the same time, it's a thing where it's not truth to be malicious. It's the
Mm.
kind of truth that's supposed to bring about correction that will
Ooh.
help you to be a better person. And I
Yes.
want you to know, Janet, I see you.
Thank you,
I
Janet.
see your effort, and
Thank you,
it
Janet.
is appreciated. It is appreciated when you come into the live and you make the
Yes.
comments that you make. We see you. We see
Yes.
you. And so I don't want you to feel like at any given time that you're not appreciated by everybody who sees you come into the live, you know. And so
If ain't
I just
nobody
it's
gonna be
just
that, Janet gonna be the Janet and Tina. If don't nobody else be in my life, it's gonna be Janet and Tina.
uh-huh. Uh-huh. Me probably I probably say hey to Janet about 8 or 9 times a day. Every time I look up, I'm hey
Right.
Janet, hey Janet,
Right.
good morning, Janet, good evening, Janet,
She talking
good
about good
night,
morning, Janet.
Janet.
Good evening, Janet. And even if Miss Janet don't
Because
agree,
she's
Miss Janet
there.
will be like, "Hey, girl," like, "Hey, lady." Girl, I
Yes,
don't agree with your
exactly.
crazy boy, but hey, girl, let me stop.
And so I just, I enjoyed it about all of you all. Um, it's an hour and 30. Um,
Ooh,
we
child.
have
Okay, I was about to
taken,
say I'm at my destination. I'm sitting in the car.
yeah. Oh shoot. Oh girl, you should have said something. But
Oh no,
I
it's
just
cool.
wanted to make sure. I just wanted to make sure that I acknowledged you all, for coming in, rocking with us the whole live, and listening to us, listening to me. I mean, I be saying stuff sometimes,
Thank
but
you, Tina.
it's a thing where I just be sharing what's on my mind. I just share
Mm-hmm.
what's on my heart sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
to share. And I just thank you all for just receiving it, whatever you received in whatever capacity that is. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Reminds me of the lady from Journey Mirror. Blue says to people all the time, according to your faith, be it done unto you. She's always quoting the scripture. And so
Mhm.
my thing is, I hope that the things that I say, whatever they mean to you, they're a blessing to you,
Mm.
you know. And because that's all I want to be. I only
Mhm.
want to be a blessing, you
Mhm.
know. I want to be able to make a deposit that'll grow and bring forth an increase in
Mhm.
somebody else's life, you know.
Mhm.
One plants, one water, but it's God that gives us the increase. And like I said, I know everybody ain't religious. I don't care nothing about that. You know, you on my channel. Guess what? Ha ha. So I
So,
mean, but
hello.
hello, you know what I'm
Thank you
saying?
for
But
being
that's
here. But
the
if you don't
thing.
like it, scroll along
Hey,
after you
you
like
know,
the video.
hey,
Thank
you
you.
know, hey. But I just appreciate you all, and I thank you all for coming out in this impromptu, last minute. It wasn't. I mean, it was kind of thrown together, but we literally came on here impromptu. And decided this is what we wanted to do, not knowing that everything was going to go in the direction that it has. So thank
Hmm.
you guys. I love you sincerely. I love you.
Yes,
I
y'all.
appreciate you all.
Bye,
And I
y'all.
want you
Love
all to have
y'all.
a blessed night and an even better morning after you get some rest. You want
Meet
to
us here
have any
tomorrow at
closing thoughts?
2:30. I love y'all.
You have any
Closing thoughts.
closing
See you
thoughts?
guys tomorrow. Yes. I was about to say I gotta hurry up and get these closing thoughts out. I'm on 3% and my charger is broke. Y'all, thank y'all so much for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Tina. Thank you. It's so good when you have people who you can lean on. Thank you. I'm so happy that when my phone was tripping, you were there to carry the baton on. Thank you for just being you. Thank you, Tina. I will see y'all tomorrow. I hope you guys beat us here. Don't meet us here, okay? Tomorrow. Well, no, it's later on today because it's after 12. Okay, so see y'all
Oh,
in 2 hours.
yep, you're right. It's tomorrow already. Hey, meet us here tonight. We it's going down, and this time we going into part two of who
Hello.
are you raising? I mean,
Mm,
who raised you? Let me say it right. Let me get it right for the one time. Who raised you,
mm,
and who are we raising?
mm-hmm.
Thank y'all for coming out. God bless you. Good night.
Bye, y'all.